We are live back-to-back nights here on the West Coast Draft Podcast. As always, is myself, Beau Gleason. We got Robert, David joking in, Jacob
Dave,
joking in. They kind of
what?
rhyme. To in my defense, I
Okay,
was thinking
okay.
of our next guest, whose name also isn't David, but to start with D, Mr. Daniel
And an A.
Lisenbee. And an A, that's right,
First two
Mr.
timer.
Daniel.
First two timers back.
First
He's back,
two-time
guys.
guest. Yeah, he's
How's it
joining
going,
us for the
boys?
second NFL episode. I think he's gonna keep joining us as long as the Lions are doing good, and then he'll get sick of it if they start losing. Am I right about that, Daniel?
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
But hey, man, they're flying high right now. Or I guess the Lions don't fly; they gallop. What do Lions do?
No, man, they
Run?
bite kneecaps.
They bite kneecaps. That's right. That's right. No, I love them.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
So there we go. We got another fun week of NFL action. I won't lie. I missed most of the morning games because I was on the road, and I missed all but one of the afternoon games. So, but still, it was a fun week of games. Arizona
I
was
don't
fun.
think I missed the morning games, but I don't know. Maybe I did. I forget. It's been a minute.
Yeah, some
I've been,
games definitely.
all my
stand out.
focus of this week has been elsewhere. For
That's
very good
fair.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we got a full slate of NFL action here. Not a full slate because there were teams on bye week, most notably the Seattle Seahawks got the week off.
That was also why. Yeah, that's why I missed games because I had to buy. That's right.
Mhm. Yep, you had to buy for
I was
both.
living life.
Yeah, living life. So here we go. We got a full slate of NFL action to recap, to talk about again. Some games a little bit more memorable than others. Some games a little bit more to talk about. We already talked about Chicago, Washington on last week's pod. So let's hop right into the London game. Actually, Daniel, you do the British accent. You're good at that.
That's right.
Before I do that, I called this game, boys.
You did.
You
did.
did.
Told you Jacksonville was going to win. Especially, I didn't even know this when I made the prediction, but apparently Buffalo flew in the Friday before the game.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So
That's a mistake.
Bro, come on.
That's way too late.
No one on that Bills team was fit to play that game. Jacksonville was going to win every single time. But anyway, good match from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There we go.
Quite, well, shall we say, the English national team for American football in this particular instance here. And Jacksonville played a fantastic match against Buffalo. Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback. He really played quite well this match. What you guys make of it?
No, I mean Trevor Lawrence had a great game. Sorry, go ahead.
He did.
Go ahead.
No, you can go first. I have some minor things to add.
Yeah, I mean, I think Buffalo came in. They looked really flat for pretty much the entire first half. You could kind of tell they were flying in a little late. They looked like me at 6:30 Pacific time on Sunday. But I was so excited for the Cardinals game. I was up watching this game, but Buffalo came out looking very, very flat. Nothing like the Buffalo team that we'd gotten used to seeing the prior couple weeks. Buffalo, they just need to get a little bit more consistent. Second half, they're starting to build a little bit of momentum, but every time it's just like they couldn't finish drives. They couldn't get in the end zone, really. They couldn't pull themselves back into it, really. And Josh Allen went back to turnover happy Josh Allen, which when that happens, it hurts Buffalo a lot when that happens. So great game, great win by Jacksonville. They turned it on. Yeah, home game, really. Yeah, I mean, it's just if this is the Jacksonville team we see the rest of the year, it's like, okay, we got something here. But they've been so up and down so far this season. So just need to see it consistently. But great game in London. Back-to-back weeks, too.
One thing, I agree with most. I don't have too much to add, but one thing I do have to add is it regards Daniel's little speech, a little pet peeve I have. I don't think we should be calling NFL football, or I don't like calling it American football, especially when you're talking the international context. I like calling it gridiron football. I like gridiron football a lot better. Sounds cooler.
Yeah.
American football is just a boring name. Now, the thing that gets complicated is both American football and Canadian football are played on a gridiron. So you could get
True.
But absolutely no one cares about goofy Canadian football unless it's like July and 12 players forward motion rouges. That shit's stupid. Canadian football sucks. So call it gridiron football. Let's move to the next game. One of my favorite teams did not get the job done. They kind of blew it. They let Desmond Ridder lead a comeback drive. CJ looks so good, though. He looks really good. CJ right now is leading rookie of the year for me.
Oh, for sure.
Even if Achane didn't get hurt.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you just got to factor positional value in too. It's like even like the Herbert versus Jefferson year. Like Herbert was a quarterback. He deserved to win it. Even though Jefferson was amazing, it was still a quarterback. And Stroud's been absolutely lights out so far. He looks like everything Houston wanted.
And he does not even have that good of an offense either.
No. Imagine if he could get like a elite receiver. Unfortunately, they're not going to be drafting high enough to get Marvin Harrison, but there'll be some good first round receivers next year.
Oh, there's a deep receiver class. They'll get somebody.
Yeah. So
maybe Justin Jefferson, although they don't have anyone to trade for him.
Right. No, he's getting traded to the Bengals. Didn't you hear?
Oh gosh.
Getting the game
literally
back
redoing
together.
LSU 2019, getting the game back together.
Oh gosh, can you imagine that offense?
Got traded to Cincinnati. That's so broken.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's that. I mean, the NFL was supposed to be broken when the Browns traded for Odell Beckham and had Baker Mayfield and Jarvis Landry, and that didn't age well.
Okay, so. If you were smart, you would have seen through that bullshit.
Okay, but that was back when everyone thought Baker was good too. So
I never did. I was never sold, even when he was drafted. They should have taken Allen 1, and I said that back then.
Well,
I was right. People shat on me a lot for that, deservedly so at first, but I was right.
Yeah. But on the Atlanta side of things, got to win 3-2. What does that make them? Tied for first in the NFC South?
Probably, yeah.
No, because Tampa's 3-1, but
New
Orleans and Atlanta are both 3-2. Tampa's 3-1, and womp. Carolina's 0-5. Womp. All
right, we're probably going to go a little quicker through them than usual today. But speaking of Carolina, why don't you take us away on this one, Mr. Lisenbee?
It was an entertaining game, and I got 2 words for y'all: Sam Laporta.
Yeah, those are 2 good words right now.
Yeah.
He's a great fit in that offense.
Yeah, he's been playing well. I thought Detroit looked great. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be a little more competitive going in. And it kind of started that way. And then Aiden Hutchinson had that first pick. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And he
gets the most interceptions for a defensive lineman ever. It's absurd how much
this man.
How his hands are just magnets. It's really interesting.
But yeah. I don't have much else to say other than Lions killed it. So there you go.
Yeah, it's looking rough for the Panthers.
Yeah. Which it'll be easy to put the blame on the quarterback because it always is. But I thought this was actually probably Bryce Young's best game as a pro, honestly, so far. It's still early. I'm sure he'll have plenty of good games, but people are already shitting on the Panthers, saying they should have taken Stroud or they should have taken at least Richardson for the upside. I still have faith in Bryce.
They get a real offensive
line.
Bryce was my QB3.
Get him a real offense.
Well, no, I'm not gonna lie. Bryce was QB2, but I did love AR.
Yeah,
I would have taken AR over Bryce at 4, or what were we at 5?
5.
I would have taken AR over Bryce.
You didn't have the choice, but
I would have.
Moving on.
Imagine if Bryce fell to 5 and Pete had to take another short quarterback.
Yeah. See how that would have went. But they probably wouldn't have taken him either way, honestly.
Shout out to my feisty boys, Indy with another one with AR going down again. And
4 starts and 3 injuries, all into different parts. He has concussion, a leg, and a shoulder.
He messed up on that one too. He fell right on that shoulder. You gotta avoid that as a quarterback. That's your throwing shoulder. That's the money maker. You gotta, I know you're a very special runner, but sometimes you just gotta not risk it too much.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta slide.
But Colts are fun. We've been saying this all year. Colts are a fun team. Tennessee, you don't know what you're getting from them. Both of these 2 games were head versus heart games, and I fucked myself over because I wanted to pick both Lions to cover and Colts with points, and I didn't do it both times.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this one, Daniel?
No, I think I picked the Colts to win this game coming in. So, I mean, they played well. I don't know. It's kind of what we expect, right? Colts are fun. Titans, they're kind of mid, like Rob said. You don't really know what you're going to get from them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I had the Titans going 8-9 to finish the year. That looks like it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, it looks very likely at this point. So,
Derrick Henry's still good. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I mean, they're winning.
Jonathan
They're winning.
Taylor's back.
Yeah,
Jonathan
yeah, it's
Taylor's
true.
back.
And he didn't do anything. And Zach Moss was still their leading
Because Zach
rusher.
Moss looks
Zach Moss
way
crushed it.
better.
150 yards. He killed it. But you know what? JT got his bag, so good for him. I'm glad they were able to sort that out, and that's pretty much all there is to say.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, moving on here to a game that wasn't really as close as the score indicates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miami just absolutely took it to New York. I mean, if it weren't for a couple Tua picks, this game is what 45-0. It's New York sucks. New York's horrible, man.
They're really bad.
Remember
what I said? Remember what I said preseason?
They were definitely due for some regression, but man, they look like the worst team in football right now. They look worse than the Bears. Honestly, from a pure like competitive level, they're probably worse than the Panthers right now. It's ugly, man. It's ugly. They are one like massive comeback. They needed a massive comeback to beat the Cardinals. They don't get that. They're 0-5 right now.
Yeah, Miami low-key kind of made that game a little closer because they had like 3 or 4 turnovers. I feel like they just kind of decided, hey, let's keep the Giants in this game a little bit.
Yeah, they wanted to keep the spread. They wanted to keep that 14-point spread or whatever it is enticing.
Yeah,
they still covered, but just barely. This game was not as close as the score said it was.
Daniel Jones injury though, man. Like, dude, I feel so bad for the guy because he's playing behind what is possibly the worst O-line this season. And
Evan Neal. Oh man. There's this hilarious, my obsession with local talk radio guys. I sent this to Beau this evening. But the New York sports radio guy pissed off at Evan Neal is hilarious after he said like New York fans are flipping burgers or something after booing them. It's bad New York, man. It's Matt Nagy 2.0.
I saw a clip somewhere where they were showing Evan Neal like totally miss a block. Like he went to the complete.
He's been bad.
Yeah. I've seen he's blocking his own guys.
Evan Neal's not been good this year.
So stupid.
He wasn't good last year either. He's been a bust so far.
He's a guard. Some people, he's a guard.
Yeah, dude.
Doesn't really matter. He'd be bad at guard too.
Charles Cross turning out better than Evan Neal. Oh my! No. Devin Witherspoon having a pick six. No.
Yeah. There you go. Well, I mean, the Kayvon Thibodeau picks at least worked out for the Giants. So
oh no, I want to say that yet.
I think it's fair at this point. Moving on here.
New England game, boys.
Oh yeah, gosh, New Orleans doing it. How about you lead with this one, Daniel? Because these are your old boys.
Bro, New England's dead, man.
It's bad.
It's dead, bro. Bill Belichick needs to be fired from his GM post yesterday. Like, he is one of the worst GMs in football right now. As a coach, he's still okay. He has zero understanding of what it takes to build a 21st century. Not 21st century, but like a 2020 style offense. He has no concept of how to build that. The defense is still good, but all their top defensive players are injured now. So even they're apart a little bit. Like, didn't Judon get injured against the Cowboys? That's like the top pass.
Yeah, Judon and Gonzalez. They lost.
And Gonzalez got injured. He was doing really well this year too. Yeah, man. Like, this team's dead. They're gonna beat the Jets because they always beat the Jets, and then they're gonna lose the rest of their games, bro. New England's dead. Mac Jones is dead. Their fans finally know what it's like to have a perennial loser that they support. And yeah, and that's not like to slight the fan base or anything. Like, it's a terrible feeling. It's something terrible to experience, but it's bad. It's really bad to watch. And they're not even the type of bad team that's like they're fun to watch. They're also just boring. They're bad, poorly coached. offensively, at least.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans is still
Yeah.
there. I don't buy them after this game, but New England, man,
Mhm.
that's so bad.
Yeah, they're horrible. They're horrible. I mean, I saw a tweet like the Giants Patriots game later this year. That used to get talked up as a Super Bowl rematch, Super Bowl preview, and this year it might be for Caleb Williams, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow. Couldn't imagine a poorer group of folks for this to happen to than New England Patriots fans.
Nope.
You guys have really really don't deserve this level of just pathetic play from your football team, because you haven't done anything bad to deserve this or cheated or done anything. No, yeah. So go ahead, Rob. I'll let you finish with
Oh
this
man,
one.
the 1 week I said I wasn't gonna. I'm not betting on the Saints until they prove me right, and they drop 34 on the Patriots. It's like, geez.
Yeah. Moving on here to a game.
Oh wait, I think Hayner's suspension is done after this week.
Is
How
it? Well,
soon
there
until
you
we
go.
see Hayner? I want to see Hayner.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
What's
if
this?
they
This was week 5. Dang it! I was thinking college. He's got one more week.
one
Dang.
more.
Next week.
One more. Moving on to Baltimore Pittsburgh. Oh gosh, this is a dumb game, man. This is one of the games I lost last week. Steelers Ravens games are
That
always
was a
dumb.
weird game. That was a weird
Ravens
game.
so outplayed. Honestly, Ravens should have killed the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Their receivers
That defense
freaking
is so
suck.
good. It's the defense keeps them in it.
Yeah,
And then they got bailed out by a blocked punt.
Yeah. Well, it's not even the defense. It was just like Ravens receivers couldn't drop a wide open or couldn't catch a wide open pass.
And then
It's
Joey Porter
ridiculous.
Jr. really bailed him out.
Yeah. Yeah, Baltimore. I mean, man, how much retooling of the receiver position do they have to do before it's just like they might be cursed? They might just never have good wide receivers in Baltimore. When's the last good receiver they had in Baltimore? Honestly, the corpse of Steve Smith.
They had Torrey Smith back in the Joe Flacco.
They did have Torrey Smith. They did have Torrey Smith.
Anquan Bolden.
They did have Anquan Bolden. Yeah, I mean, but even that, like, they won the Super Bowl with like Torrey Smith and like an older Anquan Bolden.
Who's their tight end at that point?
I think that was when they still had shoot, what was his name? Oh man, what was his name? Oh man, I'm mad at myself for forgetting this. Hold on, we're looking this up. 2012 Baltimore Ravens.
You know what I'm thinking of, right? Like I thought he was a pretty decent tight end for them at the time.
Yeah, no, I do know who you're talking about. I do know who you're talking about.
Gosh, I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna see the name and I'm gonna be so mad. Dennis Pitta.
Oh yeah. Hey, Ed Dixon.
And Ed Dixon too. Yeah.
Dixon, yeah, he was decent too.
He was solid. So yeah, I mean, shoot, man. They've got a better tight end now, Mark Andrews, but man, they're just it's like a cursed team. They're never allowed to have good wide receivers. Weird. It's weird.
Maybe I'll know if the Patriots and the Steelers are playing each other this season.
Patriots and the Steelers. They both finished. Let's see. The Steelers finished third. The Patriots also finished third. So yeah, they would be playing each other this year.
Man.
I have a bit of a theory.
Yeah.
Well, not theory, just something I've noticed. Two of the goats of coaching right now have not been able to develop receivers lately. I'm talking Belichick and I'm talking Andy Reid, not Harbaugh.
Yeah, they're not doing a whole lot of
That's interesting, huh?
Right now. Yeah, since Tyreek Hill, honestly, they haven't really developed a receiver. Like
that was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah,
it was 2015.
Yep.
It was Tyreek's first year.
Yep. So,
honestly, he's gotten so bailed out by the longevity and uniqueness of Travis Kelce.
Right. Which, I mean, Belichick was bailed out by the uniqueness of Gronkowski for a long time. So it bounces out.
Philly at LA.
Yep. Going west, and they looked comfortable. I mean, Cooper Kupp
and Puka Nakua's
They were. But Cooper Cup and Puka Nacua is going to be a fun combo here for the rest of the season. They look like they're operating really well together, to be quite honest, right out the gate. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see once that LA. I mean, they're 2-3 right now. It's not like they're like great or anything, but shoot, they could be a sneaky playoff team in a week NFC.
I
But
could see it.
Philly's just tough, man. Philly's just really, really tough. That's it honestly just feels like we're on a collision course for Niners Eagles again.
Oh, absolutely. Niners look better than the Eagles right now.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Niners look good right now.
Look really good. Okay. Here we go. It's go time for you, buddy. Let's hear it.
Live report. Let me describe. So I get to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. By the way, Glendale's just a suburb. I was driving through mostly back roads to get to the stadium. So
that is just a cursed place.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you guys have not had good experiences there. The end zone, I was sitting in the opposite end zone from the end zone the pick was in. But sorry, didn't want to, but had to mention.
Well, it's not just that. It's Penn State Fiesta Bowl as well.
True.
And it's where 2/3 of the LOB's career. I don't know about Cam. I don't know if Cam's time ended there, but Sherm's and Earl's did. It's a cursed place. And then Stephen Hauschka, overtime. It's a very cursed place, but sorry. Continue.
No, you're good. You're good. Nice stadium. You know, nothing. I mean, it's nothing special, but it was nice. You know, it's about on par with I think Lumen Field, honestly. Funny thing, and I'm expecting this to be probably pretty common for Arizona this year until they kind of start to build that team back up. It was probably 60-40 between orange and red in the stands and not in favor of the home team. There were a lot of Bengals fans there. And you don't usually associate the Bengals with being a team that travels well, but no, there was a lot of Bengals fans in the crowd. But anyways, talking about the game itself.
It's the Burrow effect.
It is the Burrow. No, I won't lie. There's probably a lot of bandwagon Bengals fans all over the country just because of Burrow. But
don't blame them. I don't blame them.
I'm not mad. I just want to say I was here before. I've got my Ocho Cinco jersey, my AJ Green jersey, my Andy Dalton jersey. I went through the rough times, but
you deserve it.
Anyways, talking about the game itself. Where was this Bengals team for 4 weeks? Probably the same place you put Burrow's healthy calf. But no, they look good. Offense was firing all cylinders. This is the Bengals offense I was expecting. You always do have to put kind of the note, hey, they were playing the Cardinals. And run defense, the pass defense looked great. The run defense still concerned me. They didn't look much better tackling Amari DiMarcado and James Conner than they did tackling Derrick Henry. So that's concerning. But they forced 3 turnovers.
1 for 6, right?
They needed to. Yeah. For what?
1 went for 6, right? On the turnover.
Oh, true. Yeah, they got the pick 6 at the end of the half to get the lead back. Actually, yeah, that was a bummer. They got down to the 1 yard line, 2nd and goal. Trying to run it up the middle with Mixon 3 times. Couldn't get it a single time, but the very first Cardinals offensive play was a pick 6, so they still got the touchdown on the drive. But yeah, it was a weird game. However, we'll remember, Burrow looks much better, and I think he's getting pretty close to 100%. Bye week coming up next week, so I think we probably will see a 100% Burrow in San Francisco in week 8, which no better place to get that. And Jamar Chase, man. Jamar Chase. If it weren't for Christian McCaffrey, I mean, with the Jefferson injury, if it weren't for Christian McCaffrey doing what he's doing this year, shoot, man, I'd start putting some money on Jamar Chase Offensive Player of the Year futures because he's been on a tear the past 3 weeks. He looks like he was pissed off about that 0-2 start. He's been absolutely on fire. And now DK Metcalf's poking the bear a little bit in press conferences. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about this game. Hopefully this is the sign of future things to come, but you do always, again, have to put in the qualifier. It was the Cardinals. Yeah.
Shoot, I think that team's so much worse without Connor. I think that team runs through Connor. But
Yeah,
it's a feisty team.
Dobbs turned back into a pumpkin in this game. I will say that too. He looked solid to good even for parts of the first 4 weeks. He looked horrible in this game.
All right, let's move on to
The Depression Bowl.
The Depression Bowl, the Stay Humble Bowl.
Stay Humble Bowl.
This was the Nathaniel Hackett Bowl, actually. That's
I don't
what this
know really
was.
much to say about this game. It's just that the media hasn't talked about already. It's just two depressing teams, and
It's what you expected this game to be.
Exactly. Fitting that the Jets get a fumble recovery for the last touchdown.
So. Oh, I know. Russ fumbling.
Yep.
Oh man, it's just monkey's paw with Russ in Denver, man. I want to win. I just want to stop getting hit. Oh man.
Yeah.
What happened to primetime Russ?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess he got left back at
Primetime Russ
I
was
guess.
undefeated, or not undefeated, but so hard to beat. Primetime Russ had magical electric plays.
Yeah. Was his first primetime game ever the Fail Mary game?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, because that was like week 3, so I doubt that Seattle team had one in week 1 or 2. So that makes sense. But yeah,
that was his first, and so much magic. I hate how his Denver time is really making people think he sucked because he didn't. He was amazing. What the hell happened? He I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's the elevation. Turn his brain to mush. They were so happy for Hackett though at the end of the game. Oh my god! Yeah. I mean, you can tell that people really do like Hackett.
Hackett seems like a likable dude. It's not like Sean Payton.
That was totally uncalled for. What Sean Payton did, that was totally uncalled for, and totally something that coaches never do and shouldn't do. It's definitely, you always hear it's a coaching fraternity, but that was like, I felt bad for Hackett. That was so uncalled for. So I'm glad that they got their just desserts. They're like a Kareem Jackson pick from being winless.
Right. No, they are. I mean, they're even like Justin Fields' fumble away from being winless.
And now there's rumors of selling everything, selling Judy, Bowles, Sutton, Frank Clark's gone.
Hopefully that maybe they'll trade P. Ryan back to the Bengals. I kind of want that to happen, even though he did have a bad fumble tonight.
Yeah, everything's for sale in Denver other than Surtain.
Yeah.
But I bet they'd get rid of him for the right price too. It's bad there, man.
Yeah, fire sale.
Remember man, I'd take Russ back. I'd take him back.
Take him back, yeah. To be Geno's backup for $250 million.
Well, okay, I'll take him back if he's on like a vet minimum and we move on from Geno.
Yeah, true.
I want him to play another game as a Seahawk. I want that bad blood to go away. I hope our Brett Favre return to Green Bay moment doesn't take as long as it did for the Packers.
Yeah.
I think people are like, oh, Seahawks fans are being assholes for this. Packers fans hated Favre.
True.
I think people were being so unreasonable. Like, no, you shouldn't boo Russ. It's like
I think they're booing it. I mean, a big part of that was also the draft pick. Like, the worse the Broncos do, the better the Seahawks get drafted. So that's part of it. Now that it's like, feel like now the draft pick's over, it's like water under the bridge at this point. It's like, okay, do what you're gonna do. We don't really care anymore.
Yeah. I'm not. I see. And it was a pretty dirty breakup, but like, I'm not rooting for them to lose anymore. I can't not say that, there's some schadenfreude, there when you see that happen and watch the Brandon Perna video,
the Brandon Perna videos are amazing. I love those, man. The new.
Honestly, maybe he cursed them because it started off as one worst game I've ever seen, and then they just kept playing bad. It kept going. Those are just incredible.
Yeah, shoot, even their win against the Bears for a lot of teams, playing that close of a game with the Bears is a loss. Counts as a loss.
Yeah. You see
There
Sean
you go.
Payton's play sheet though. You see that stuff?
Oh
going
yeah,
around?
they got a
4K
nice
baby.
4K. Oh man, who the Broncos play
I
next?
feel like I
They
could reach out and touch those helmets. I love the Prime 4K, and they finally have the blitz detector going on. I love Prime Vision. I do like Prime Vision a lot. I did watch a little bit of the LeBron barbershop cast, but felt a little out of place there.
Yeah. I mean, none of them were freaking football players. Also, I just want to say this. LeBron not being a Cowboys fan anymore and being a Browns fan, A, bad call from just a competitive standpoint. B, if you want to be a Cowboys fan because you're pissed at Jerry Jones, but you go to being a Browns fan when their quarterback is Deshaun Watson, bad luck, Braun.
Is
Go
he
back to
pissed at
China.
the Jerry Jones like Arkansas photo?
I don't know if it was that. I think he said he's kind of been pissed at them ever since like the 2017, like the kneeling and stuff during the anthem.
That's fair.
True, but
NFL
like,
is
why would
pretty
you be
dirty
a
about
Browns
that.
fan where their quarterback
Yeah.
is a RAPI? I can, you know where I'm going with this.
Yep. Just like the Arizona starter now. Why the
Yeah.
hell did they bring? Why is he even on? Okay, how's Durfee not eligible and Jaden Delora is? How's Jaden Delora on a team and he shouldn't even be starting because Fafita looks really good.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
We probably talked about that last night, but
yeah, we did. I think we touched on it, but it's dumb. They should just leave Fafita in there at this point. He's got some spunk, that's for sure. So going on here to Kansas City, Minnesota. Shockingly, the refs bailed the Vikings, the Chiefs out. Yeah, they're never going to.
I should have. That should have covered. That should have covered. I got screwed.
It should have, but it didn't because guess what? I always count 7 points going to the Chiefs from the refs alone. So,
he's getting the Tom Brady treatment. He's getting the Aaron Rodgers treatment.
For sure.
Oh, remember? Hey, I'm about to trigger you. You're about to get some non-flashbacks, Daniel. Do you remember the hands to the face calls against Trey Flowers against Aaron Rodgers? Do you remember those that were total ghost calls?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
There was like 3 in a row, and none of them were actually hands to the face.
Well,
what happened to Trey Flowers?
We let bygones be bygones, and now the Packers are a total dumpster fire. So it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, we could have had a great transition, but we missed it. Because one game off.
If anything, the refs kind of helped me out a bit in that Chiefs Vikings game. It's nice to see the Vikings get a little bit of comeuppance. And
oh, that's true.
They get yet another loss, and then
they might be trading dudes soon.
They might be.
There's no way they trade
IR,
Jet. There's no way they trade him. There's no way they trade him. Tank for Caleb, honestly. Tank for Caleb.
Yeah. Trade
Vikings don't tank, man.
Trade
Kirk. They do this like every other year. They start like 1-4, 1-5, whatever, and they'll.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like
they should tank. That would be a dream destination for Caleb because, you play at least 9 games in the dome every year, at least.
That's very true. No, honestly, what Vikings need to do, what I kind of hope they do is they do like what they usually do, right? Finish around like 6 or 7 wins. They find their next Christian Ponder. And just go back and to get another perpetual purgatory-esque rebuild that isn't really a rebuild, but eventually they'll luck into some like talented weapon, kind of like Justin Jefferson and Adrian Peterson and Randy Moss before him, and
Chris Carter.
They'll get one season with like 13, 14 games. Their fans will be like, "Oh, this team's for real this time. They're a real contender this time," and then they'll get blown out in like the championship game or something,
or they'll miss a kick in a playoff.
Exactly. Or dude, I still remember when Blair Walsh missed that kick.
It's not just Blair Walsh though. It was
all those years ago
in the 90s too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
I was just thinking about like who was like the guy between when they had Jefferson and when they had Peterson. I completely forgot Stephon Diggs was a Viking.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Spent most of his career there. I forgot he was ever there.
He was there for a long time.
Yeah. So there you go, Stephon Diggs as well.
How was Mike Zimmer, out of all people, good at drafting and developing underrated receivers? Thielen and Diggs.
Was Rick Spielman, my guy. That was their GM. He was there for like almost a decade.
He developed them though.
I mean,
Sure.
I guess.
Remember when
Regarding,
Adam
He's a
Thielen was
defensive guy, right?
garbage? Huh?
I mean, they had Gary Kubiak as the
Okay, that's pretty
OC,
fair.
and he was
Zimmer
good
was a
OC.
defensive guy.
Mike Zimmer was such a dickhead.
I love Mike Zimmer, man.
He's
Love Mike Zimmer.
he's a DC.
Some beautiful
dickhead
DC. He's an
DC.
amazing DC.
He's a dickhead as a coach. He was way too old school and kind of a dick.
Oh, true. But I loved
That's
him
what
when he was at
DCs are.
DC in Cincinnati, man. It was great. It was
You ever
great.
see that meme? You ever see the meme? It was head coach, offensive coordinator in DC, and it was the picture of Oppenheimer, Ken, and Einstein. And Ken was the OC, and like Oppenheimer was the head coach, and Einstein was the DC. It was like, yep, that's pretty good right there. I think the best comparison was like, you have like I forget who is head coach, but then it was Rob Ryan as DC and Cliff Kingsbury as OC. I was like,
OC. Oh yeah. You have to have a young OC. If you have a Pat Shurmur OC, you're ain't gonna happen.
well, it was like right after McVay boomed, it was the young head coach plus super old vet DC model that was taken off. That's what they tried to do last year in Minnesota with KOC and Ed Donatel.
Yeah,
but now the young DC's back though after McVay purged his staff and got Staley.
Yeah.
Phillips, what's he up to? He was Houston Roughnecks coach. That's right.
He's the Roughnecks coach. That's right. We saw him.
We saw him.
Man.
We saw Race Porter.
Saw Race Porter, man. That's right. I was rooting for the Roughnecks just because of Race Porter.
No, you weren't.
Boys, speaking of
right.
dickhead coaches, let's talk about Mike McCarthy here on the Cowboys.
Yes. There's the
Absolutely
transition.
destroyed. I called this game too. I said the Niners are going to win by double digits.
I just wanted to be ballsy. I wanted to have some fun, so that's why I picked the Cowboys.
I called this one right too. I didn't call double digits like Daniel did, but I did.
You did get that one right.
Win.
I wanted to be frisky, have a little bit of fun because that's what betting and gambling's for.
Dude,
wow,
the Cowboys might be frauds.
Yeah,
Cowboys
they're
might be
frauds. Their defense is great. On it, like there was like rumblings of like that Stephen Jones might just elevate Dan Quinn because Stephen Jones loves Dan Quinn.
He should, man. Just keep him in house. You need that guy to stick around.
The Texas Coast offense, which is the first time I heard about that, was this game, which I don't know how I haven't heard about that. That doesn't work.
Maybe Dan Quinn can convince Kellen Moore to come back.
that bridge is burned.
It's burned with McCarthy. It's probably burned with the Giants.
I think it's burned with the Cowboys.
Yeah, but
man. Jason Garrett back.
Yeah,
isn't he an analyst now?
Yeah, he's on NBC.
Yeah.
He's on NBC now.
It's so stupid. He was a horrible coach who was just kept around because he was a Jerry Jones yes man. He was a yes man. He's the Ken Norton of the Cowboys.
Yep, exactly. Which is wild. When I think of the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, the franchise in the NFL, like the Cowboys are the Lakers. The Cowboys are the Yankees.
They're the Lakers and the Yankees combined.
Exactly. Like they are the franchise in the NFL. Their head coach is Jason Garrett. Are you kidding me?
Like, Mike McCarthy.
On. Yeah. No, come on. How have they not got? They need
They haven't had a good coach since Parcells.
No. I feel like when McVay's done with the Rams, like he'll retire. He'll retire. He'll retire for a year, and then he'll
work with the network. He'll work with the network for a year, and then he's going to
then Jerry's going to give him get him like a 10-year, $200 million contract.
It's literally John Gruden all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Only less time because I'm predicting it. It's going to happen before he's 40. How old is Sean McVay now? Because he was hired when he was like
35.
So
really 31? I thought it was 35.
Was it? Maybe it was 35. Maybe I'm tripping. It probably is 35. No.
Oh my God. He's only 37
now.
There's no way he's coaching until he's 70 like Pete Carroll because that's boring.
I predict Sean McVay will be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys before he's 40.
And you know who will be coaching there?
Who's that?
You've heard this theory before.
Who?
You know who's going to be replacing Dak at quarterback?
Oh, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, Shedeur is going to be there.
Gosh, that would be freaking.
Imagine Sean McVay and Shadur on the Cowboys. So
That would
annoying.
be fun.
It would be
I mean,
fun,
it would
but it'd
get
be
too much
so
coverage,
annoying.
but it would be fun.
Yeah, imagine if
I'm
you
just
thought the
glad it's in the
coverage of
NFC.
Colorado's been annoying. imagine Shadur for the Cowboys.
I mean, Shadur. You got the Shadur.
Well, now, oh gosh, I did listen to an Undisputed segment, and like, sure, I think it was Keyshawn saying he's going to have a shoe deal with Nike, and he's going to have a watch deal this offseason. He said he's coming back, and it's like, oh, I don't think you're supposed to break that news, Keyshawn.
Yeah,
but he did, because I bet Undisputed has so much ties with because they have Michael Irvin, so they definitely know exactly what's happening. I mean, I think most people did think that. I think most people know Shooter is coming back, but
right, he ain't ready yet.
But they like the draft type for him. Okay, I like seeing that Shooter's QB3 for some people. It's like, come on, no, he is not.
It's ridiculous.
He'll be a solid NFL quarterback, but if Shooter, Shooter's a stay on track quarterback, he doesn't have amazing physical skills. He's a great processor, but he's Mac Jones. And Mac Jones isn't bad. You just can't do anything on that offense right now. No weapons, no line. Mac Jones isn't bad. I'll die on that hill.
We'll disagree on that hill then. I don't know, Daniel. I mean, you're the one who got this game, right? What are your thoughts here on the Cowboys and the Niners? We didn't really even talk about the Niners at all.
I think it's time to.
I was just about to say, like, we keep shitting on the Cowboys, but how about Brock Purdy, man? He kind of killed. I think this game proves that he's not a system QB. Like, he's genuinely good.
He is like Jared Goff was for Sean McVay in 2017 and 2018. He's the puppet. Shanny is the puppet master.
Jimmy G as a quarterback is usually good for like a pick or two.
Jimmy G was just as good as Brock.
No,
it would be zero difference in this game between Rob, Jimmy G and Brock Purdy.
Here's why I disagree with that. Because Kyle Shanahan has had the same system for the past few years. Jimmy G's still been on contending Niners teams. He's had virtually the same talent.
Without Christian McCaffrey and this defense clicking on all cylinders.
Okay, but Jimmy G was always good for like a turnover or two every game. Brock Purdy, really careful with the ball, really great with his feet. Brings out the offense. He brings out this offense more than Jimmy G ever did on that team. And you see Jimmy G on the Raiders right now. Yeah, Josh McDaniels is a crap head coach. That's still his offense. And Jimmy G is still Jimmy G. So I like Brock Purdy a lot. Honestly, right now, he's a top 5 guy in the league. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but
that is scorching. He is. I could run that offense and put up the same numbers.
I like Brock.
I could run that offense and put up the same numbers.
No, you couldn't. Stop it.
Yes, I could. Yes, I could.
Yes, I could. Don't even entertain that, my guy.
I have a great football mind. I threw for 4 touchdowns at Husky Stadium. I could.
I will humble my prediction a little bit, though. I didn't think it was going to be 42-10. I figured it'd be maybe like 30-10. I didn't think it was going to be this level of destruction where they just made the Cowboys look like a D1 club against an NFL team.
Yeah.
But yeah, Niners prove they're a juggernaut. Cowboys prove that they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cowboys are. The funny thing is, if you look at the Cowboys' wins and their losses, their wins come against an atrocious Giants team, an atrocious Patriots team, and a really bad Jets team. 2 of the 3 at home.
Cardinals, bro.
They lost the Cardinals. I watched the Cardinals live this past weekend. The Cardinals are not a good football team. They're spunky, but they're not good. And they got
they're spunky
by them.
They have fire in their belly.
They got fire in their belly. Yeah, but they Cowboys are definitely if they're not proven frauds, they're on fraud watch.
They are on fraud watch.
Looking at their upcoming schedule, looking good. Though, Chargers, Rams, Eagles. That's 3 tough games.
But look at those next 3. Those next 3 are soft.
Then they get some cupcakes. Yeah, but they're only 3-2. Like if they split these, you're talking at what 3 games in each direction.
They're not winning the East.
6-5. They'd be 6-5 by week 11.
That's and then oh gosh, look what's after that too.
Yeah, then Seahawks,
oh my gosh,
Eagles, Bills, Dolphins. Look at this stretch. Look at this stretch of 5 right here.
At
That's wild.
Buffalo in November,
In
in
December.
December.
They're going at Miami, on Christmas Eve. It's not a big
That's
deal
nice.
because
That'll be awesome.
it's a good
I
place
like
to
it.
spend your Christmas Eve, but it's not going to be a fun game for them, probably.
Fraud alert! Fraud alert! Fraud alert!
Yeah, the
We,
Cowboys
we
might
went
not
from
even be a
like
playoff
first 2
team.
weeks of thinking they're world beaters to fraud alert.
Yeah,
Speaking of, we don't need fraud alert for these 2 teams
because we already called them.
Oh yeah.
The
These teams are
Raiders
awful.
and hey, shout out to the Raiders for beating the Packers for the first time since 1987. That's a fun little stat for you.
Really?
Yeah. So, there you go. Like I said, fun little stat for you there. As far as how this game will project for the rest of the NFL season, it doesn't matter because these are 2 bad football teams. I think the Packers are probably just mediocre. I don't think they're quite as bad as they looked on Monday night, but they're still not good. I mean, they were out like Aaron Jones and folks. Raiders are still bad. Don't get me wrong. They should have lost this game. Max Crosby's a stud. I'll give you that. But there's just nothing else really to get excited about with this Raiders team right now.
Max Crosby might be on his way out.
Yeah.
He gets traded. This is literally a rehash of the Gruden teardown.
Mm-hmm. Man, they freaking Raiders should trade Crosby to the Bengals so we can finally get the Trinity. The Trinity of white defensive ends.
Gosh.
Max Crosby, Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson.
You don't have the Bosa brothers, though.
Oh, true. We'll trade for those guys too. They're from Ohio. They went to Ohio State. They're from Florida, but they're Ohio State guys. They'll come back on their own naturally in time. We'd also still be missing the Watts, or I guess TJ is still the only one around, but yeah. Oh, speaking of, wait, before I forget.
Trey Hendrickson, the Bosa brothers aren't Ohio. They're Florida.
Well, they're from Florida, but they went to Ohio State.
Okay.
So they've got Ohio ties. Ohio, you might say. But yeah, I mean, I guess we should let Daniel talk about his favorite team, the Green Bay Packers.
That was a bad pick by Jordan Love in the end. That's all.
Oh, it was horrible. He threw it so late, but
it was back and forth, but it was hyped to be the Daniel Carlson Bowl, and they both sucked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's all yours, Daniel. Take us home.
Did my name get changed to #1 Packers fan? Team Purdy.
Wait, why did I get put on Team Shanny?
Because you were arguing Shanahan versus Brock Purdy, so I gave you guys different names. I'll change you.
I didn't see that. It's all good.
I thought we were arguing
it was
Purdy
funny
versus Jimmy G or like something like that. I was just saying that Purdy was good in the system, but anyway, Green Bay they're a below average team, man. This game was hilarious to watch. The Raiders really tried to lose it. Jimmy G was garbage. Their running game could have been better against a terrible Packers run D. Josh McDaniels really tried to give away this game, and he damn near did. But then Jordan Love came up clutch and made the best throw of the entire game at the very end, where it got intercepted in the end zone because my guy was trying to play hero ball.
It was horrible.
He's not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers probably makes that throw.
Exactly. He
was so late.
At the very least, Aaron Rodgers maybe gets a call there, but I digress. Jordan Love.
Oh, and now people want the clear path. They want the clear path one. No, I'm totally against clear path penalties. No. You know what a clear path is? Being fast enough to outrun it.
There you go.
That's a clear
path. She
path.
just kept running right. She just kept going right instead of straight.
Slow ass Marcus Peters did it. You do not deserve a clear path penalty if you can't run past like 35-year-old Marcus Peters.
Sure. How old is Marcus? He hasn't been in the league for super long. He's like a little over.
No, yeah, I'm probably overreacting. 2015.
He's probably in his 30s. He's probably in his 30s. Yeah, he's 30. He 30. Turned 30 this year.
But he's never been fast.
No, it's never been his game. So, yeah. That's NFL Week 5.
How's the tight end that the Rams got from the Jalen Ramsey trade been?
Oh, Hunter Long. It's a random question, but I'm curious, so I'll look it up. Hunter Long.
I can't believe you pulled up that name off of out of nowhere. Does he have any receptions?
He was placed on injured reserve on September 9th.
There we go.
So him and Jalen Ramsey both actually. So it's a fair trade on both ends, except the Rams got a pick out of it. So
they got like a fifth.
yeah. I wonder who they used that pick on, actually. Hold on.
Must be
Exchange.
Pook. No, they haven't got is that pre or post draft?
Actually, hold on. Let's see. So 2023 NFL draft. So then we want to go to trades. So let's do Jalen Ramsey. Miami trade
77. That's not Puka.
77. Yeah, that's not Puka. So then we'll go 77 was Byron Young.
Good player.
Well, solid. So hey, he's starting for him, starting edge rusher for him. So there you go. At least one player in that trade isn't on injured reserve right now.
All right.
Funny if he was.
Let's talk about Thursday Night Football, the game that we just watched before we get to our picks.
There we go.
Chiefs barely covered.
We
thought 10.5 was a lot for a divisional game.
11.
I guess we weren't
close
11. Enough. Honestly, Vikings or not Vikings, what the hell? Broncos stepped up. They had some stops.
They had probably had their best game of the season this year. But the problem is the Broncos offense had their worst game of the season. This was the first game this year where Russ was the problem. He was horrible. It was horrible.
Did he have two? One of the picks wasn't his problem. The tip one, that probably wasn't his fault. The Willie Gay tip, that was just an absurd play. Really well done by Willie Gay.
But yeah, he looked bad. I mean, he finished with less than 100 yards passing. As someone whose quarterback at one point this season did also finish with less than 100 yards passing, it's you got to be playing really bad for that to happen. So
that's Iowa bad.
Yeah, that's Iowa bad. Also, funny story. Even though Joe Burrow started the season with 84 yards passing against the Browns, he's currently leading the AFC North in passing yards. So
God,
we're back, baby.
That's surprising though, especially with how well Lamar's been playing.
See how many drops? He probably left 300 yards on the field and just drops on Sunday. But yeah, Broncos.
Was the Joey Porter Jr. pick his fault? I'm forgetting that play.
Shoot. Oh, man.
I think it was a fade.
It was a fade, yeah. So I mean, you can make the argument. Like, I think it was to Odell. I mean, you can make the argument Odell just needs to make more of a play on the football, but that's always tough. But anyways, going back to Broncos Chiefs here. Broncos continue to be an absolute disgusting clown show. Just in a trial. It's sometimes weird to even think that
they traded like a first round pick for Sean Payton.
They did. A team, the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers play the same sport with the same goal. Sometimes it's hard to remember that. So I just want to remind everyone.
That, it's the Sean McVay vertical stretch offense is not in vogue right now. That might be part of it. Too high shells are really hurting that. That's why it's all about yak. That's why the Niners are doing so well. So saw it coming.
Yeah, they're and Chiefs. When Chiefs on fraud watch, honestly, they didn't look that good.
I think a lot of the AFC's on fraud watch.
They've played one good team and they lost into the Lions. Jaguars, okay, that's not fair. So the Jaguars, they killed the Bears.
They don't look like the best team in the NFL.
Yeah,
but they still think they're in that top tier until proven otherwise. Especially with Mahomes, you're always going to have a chance.
for sure.
But I agree with what you're saying. That offense just has been clicking. Maybe it's because they need a receiver.
Maybe they should.
But honestly, this year was pretty tough receiver draft, especially where they were picking.
But Tank Dell was available where they picked Rashee Rice.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. I'll tell you that right now.
Also, Puka Nacua was available where they picked a lot of guys that aren't Puka Nacua. So, yeah. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this game, Daniel?
I mean, not much to say. I mean, yeah, I could say Chiefs are on fraud watch. Like, I don't think they look as good as they have in previous years. But like you guys were saying already, they're still contenders until proven otherwise. Denver's a shit show, enough said. Russell Wilson, though, for once, he was terrible today, too.
He was the problem for the first game this year.
He finished with like 95 yards or something.
What happened to primetime Russ, man?
Yep.
What happened to primetime Russ?
Denver happened to him.
It's because he's not wearing action green.
It's not very action green. Well, imagine the Broncos debut. The Broncos are getting new jerseys next year, by the way. They
Is
should
that
throw.
confirmed?
It's
Oh,
confirmed.
really?
Yeah, they should throw some action green into the color scheme.
I wonder what they'll do. They got to go back to
I
the
think they've
royal blue
confirmed they're
rather than
going back.
navy.
I don't know about the Royal versus navy. I think they've said they're going to go back to like the D with the horse coming out versus like the horse head
Their logo's
logo.
not the flaming horse heads. That's not.
Yeah,
I like their flaming horse heads. They're both good.
yeah.
I definitely, that era is definitely. Well, they've had that logo forever because that Elway had
That
that
was
too. But
the late
when I
Elway
think of
years.
that,
Yeah,
I think of Peyton.
yeah, yeah. The late
Um,
Elway years was the
they
one they
should
won the Super Bowls
if they
with.
go back to the D in the horse, they need to go powder blue rather than
Oh,
navy.
they
I
have to.
don't like the navy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Seahawks
Agreed.
level navy. Oh, they're
It
not
is
as
literally
bad.
the Seahawks navy. Yeah.
No, it's a little darker.
It is a little darker. It feels the same. They look pretty
Old
much the
school. No,
same.
no, no. Old the Reebok Seahawks, 2000 Seahawks.
Ah, okay.
Not current Seahawks.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right, let's get into the picks.
Let's get into the picks here. So we got Ravens going to the Titans. This game is in London, England. Ravens giving up 4 points here to they're looking to try to get back on after a really embarrassing loss in Pittsburgh. Titans not embarrassing loss. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. Nor did most of America, I imagine. They're kind of a weird kind of mid team. Since this game is in London, normally if the AFC team hosts, I'll go first, but since this is a neutral site game, I'll let Daniel go first.
Oh, there we go. I like that.
Oh man. Okay. I think the Ravens win, but I think the
Mhm.
Titans cover.
Okay.
Ravens maybe win by like 2 or 3. I think it'll
Mhm.
be their get right game. I still think the Ravens are a good team.
Mhm.
I think Lamar still had a pretty good year to this point, but
Yes, he really has.
like we were discussing before, their receivers need to get it together because that was inexcusable against
Mhm.
Pittsburgh last week. So, but I think they will. I think Tennessee will compete, but I think Baltimore's got the edge. Justin Tucker game winner.
I like that.
That's fun.
I'm gonna Google something here. How many drops did the Ravens have against the Steelers? They had 5 drops. That's wild. That's wild.
They really blew that game.
It was horrible. And they were like wide open. There were touchdowns, there were easy first downs, big plays, and just so but yeah, Ravens Titans. Shoot, man. As much as I want to pick the Titans here, because obviously division game, this is a good chance for the Bengals to get back into it in the North. Ravens are probably gonna be so pissed off after their performance in Pittsburgh. They are going across the pond, but I mean, it's not like you're playing the Jags where they basically are the home team there. I think the Ravens cover the 4 points barely. They probably win by like 6 or 7. But yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
I like the Ravens to cover, especially after what we saw from the Titans last week against the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Although both these teams lost to the Colts, so
the Ravens loss was such a fluke. It was such a fluke. Give me the Ravens too with the 4. I especially with FPI, I was saying 7. If you round up, I like that. That's a nice look right there. I think I like, man. I just don't like the Titans' offense other than like their best receiver. Well, I guess D Hop's there. That's fine. Their next best options, Nick Westbrook Akine.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh god.
They don't have much going at the tight end position either. Like,
yeah, I remember when people were like, just go see McConkwa is gonna go off.
Yeah, not much.
Ooh,
not
man.
much there. Man.
Don't know what's that's gonna be ugly, especially because it's gonna be on London. So maybe that ugliness gets it between 4, but I like Ravens with 4.
Agreed.
All right,
Falcons
here's my bad boy.
hosting the Commanders. Commanders getting 2.5 points. They coming off a very, very ugly loss to the Bears. Falcons coming off a comeback from behind victory over the Houston Texans. Rob, you're the starter for this one. So take it away.
I am known to be a Riverboat Ron supporter. Both of these quarterbacks are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one for me. I like points. Give me the commies with 2.5.
Interesting.
Just vibes. Just vibes.
I actually agree. The Falcons, even their wins are always like super close, like 2-point games or 1-point games. I don't think the Falcons are capable of like a field goal plus win at this point. They're pretty much the same caliber of team to me. Yeah, give me the Commanders with the points. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, give me the Commanders. Say they win by like 3 or 4.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So you're taking them straight up. All right. All right. Here we go. We got a little NFC. Oh, got a fun one coming up here in a minute. But we
Divisional
got
round.
NFC.
We'll save that one. We'll save that one for last.
Are we saving it for the end? All right, I like that.
We got to come up with a wager too for that one, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here yet.
Yeah.
NFC North matchup.
Yeah, we got the Minnesota going to the Chicago Bears. Vikings dropping 2.5 points here. Bears?
Jetta on IR sucks.
Yeah. Bears have looked decent the past couple weeks. Or at least offensively.
They
played the Broncos and
the commies. Oh, is that
but
a fodder
are the Vikings much better?
Dan, you want to take us here?
Point? Yeah, let's give Daniel the start on this NFC North matchup.
Boys, I'm taking the Bears.
Mm.
And here's why. The Vikings always suck at Soldier Field. They're really like they have a pretty bad record in Chicago. Historically, these guys tend to split, and usually whoever the home team is, they'll get the win in that split. The road teams in this series are typically pretty terrible. I don't think it's going to be any different here. I'm not. This isn't me buying Chicago or anything. I am partially rooting for the Bears in this game because I want to see a Viking fan meltdown. It would just be really hilarious. Because this entire year they've been talking about how, and we have the same record as the Bears, but we're so much better than them. All the games have been close. We've just been all we're doing is fumbling the ball 10 times in 5 games. Like, come on, we're still okay. We still have like all these weapons. Kirk is, gonna win some games for us. Nah, this game will prove that they're really not that much better than Chicago. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But Chicago's got the home field advantage, and I think they're gonna win. I think it's yet another close game. I take the Bears by, let's say, like 3.
I like that right there. And I also like a dome team going to the outdoors, especially in the windy city. But when you take away Jetta from the offense, other than Hawkinson, it's not very good. It's really bad.
Yeah, Hawkinson's kind of struggling over there. After those comments he made last year about, finally doing some winning and all that. Wonder how
he's actually played quite well. I will say he has played quite well, but the Vikings have not.
He was pretty bad against the Chiefs, man.
He was, but he's been really solid on my fantasy team. But like, and what do they really have on defense? What do the Vikings have on defense?
Got old ass Harrison.
Give me points. I'm with Daniel.
I agree with both of you guys, and I also think the Bears are going to win this game straight up. Like Daniel said, or actually, like you said, Rob, dome team going to the Windy City. Vikings, like Daniel said, historically struggle at Soldier Field. And it's the Vikings team that now needs to find a way to do offense without Mr. Jefferson. So, this feels like a Bears win. And again, a Bears team that has played pretty well on offense the past 3 weeks, or past 2 weeks, I should say. So I say they keep the momentum rolling, and the Vikings are firmly tanking for Caleb now.
You have that head-to-head loss. You should do it. You should trade Kirk.
Well, but you also have to factor in. You do have to factor in. You're also competing with the Panthers team that the Vikings already beat.
Oh man, wasn't it close though?
I mean, it was 8 points. But
who's the Vikings backup? Can you look that up for me?
I want to say it's Nick Mullins. I mean.
Oh gosh, yeah. I was like, not Mond anymore, not Browning either.
I'm pretty sure it's Nick Mullins. No, it's Jaron Hall. What happened to Nick Mullins? Mullins.
Oh, Jaron Hall. He looked really bad in the preseason. So if they get rid of Kirk, they're fucked. Where's Kellen Mond right now?
I think the Colts just picked him up for the practice squad. Oh, Nick Mullins is on an arrow. That's why. But I think I saw literally a report that said Kellen Mond is like Colts practice squad. Signed with new NFL. Yep. Practice squad. So there you go.
I was on the Browns too. Jeez, he's been around.
Yeah.
I was a fan of his coming out. You know that. All right.
Yep. Coming back to
skip it for now. Oh gosh.
Niners going to Cleveland. This is a Cleveland team that's going to be
that open
quarterbacked by
Niners
PJ
minus
Walker.
3. Yeah, I see why that moved.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson already confirmed not to be playing in this game. There's a weird situation. There's plenty of Deshaun Watson weirdness, but even more so now. He's not playing. Now two games he's missed with a bye week in between.
Who was the QB who like was really tough and stuck it through with a pretty big injury, but that's recent. I don't know if it was college or NFL, but like compared to Watson, it was pretty pathetic.
I got a quarterback who sucked it up.
Not Burrow. It wasn't Burrow. It wasn't Burrow.
No, Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, that's who I was talking about. Feisty.
I wonder if there's a NFL team out there that could use a quarterback like Baker Mayfield right now. Maybe a team in Northeast Ohio, maybe. Especially the way the Bakers played this year.
He was always a bad fit with the weather. I'll say that.
That's fair.
They should have taken Josh Allen. And then where does Baker go if let's get up that draft order. I don't know. I just had you look something up.
I think it was rumored the Jets really liked him. Like, so they probably would have taken him over Darnold. But let's look at this. If the Browns do take Allen 1. So if the Browns take Allen 1, yeah, I think the Jets probably take Baker at 3. And then where does Darnold go?
Someone trades up, probably Buffalo, Denver.
Or Buffalo, yeah. Or Arizona. Josh Rosen. Wait. Josh Rosen's middle name is Bollinger Lippincott? No wonder he was a bust.
Chosen Rosen, baby.
Gosh, he was so bad, man.
Chosen Rosen, star tennis player, 10 mistakes ahead of me or whatever. Super rich family. You know who was in his backfield? I've told you this a million times, and you should know it. Who was in his backfield with him in high school and was a star player in high school with him?
St. John Bosco. I know he's a Bosco kid.
Yep.
Who was a Bosco running back?
You don't know it. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna love this.
Because I do know there's a Bosco running back. He went to UW. What was his name? How am I blanking on his name? No, I know who he is. Sean McGrew. That's right. I was thinking. I was about to say short white guy.
Yep.
Sean McGrew. That's.
Oh no, I think he might be half.
He probably is half, but yeah, he looked.
Don't check his Twitter. It's bad.
Yeah, no, I've seen his Twitter. I've seen his tweets. It's
really bad. It's bad. But he was like a star. He was maybe almost as big of a star as Rosen was in high school. That sure turned out. Honestly, I wonder if he see him in a better offense. Yeah, maybe something could be interesting. I think his size always hurt him though.
His size was always going to hold him back there. But anyways, the Niners going to Cleveland, already losing 8.5 points. I don't think it cares or matters. The Browns are quarterbacked by PJ Walker.
It's PJ Walker now?
Right now. Yeah, Giants are a juggernaut, or not Giant Niners. Definitely not the Giants. The other San Francisco team. The Niners are a juggernaut. Yeah. I'll take the Niners even with dropping 8.5.
Whoever got that on -3, I hope you bet the house on it. Yeah, that's a very easy one. That's a lock of the year right there. I'm excited to see a really good even front matched up against this offense though. You know, that's what the even front's good at is against that gap scheme. Those 3 techs, those 1 techs, if you got a good penetrator, and they do, that's going to be fun against that gap scheme that they love throwing out there, but they can do anything to them. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
Daniel?
Yeah, I'm going to say Niners by at least 13. Big Cock Brock keeps rolling.
There you go.
Put me out there and I cover. Put me out there and I cover.
Oh,
There you go.
come on, bro.
Put you out there and you're going up against Myles Garrett. You'd be pissing your pants and you know it.
Oh,
Exactly, bro.
Christian McCaffrey's
Any
going up
pro
against
player.
Myles Garrett.
Fair.
Well, I'm never going to get touched. I'm never going to get touched.
Okay,
I
sure.
get the ball out quick.
So if they got Trent when they got Myles Garrett on Trent Williams, you're probably not getting touched. But when they got Myles Garrett on Colton McKivitz,
It's not that. It's just I get the ball out quick.
That's true. I'll give you that. I'm
a statue. I'll say that. I'm a statue. If I get it out quick. If it's not there, 1, 2, 3, throw away. I'll probably throw it away every pass. Because open in the NFL is like this big.
Yeah.
But hey,
people
I'm
don't
not
truly
getting touched.
appreciate.
I'm not getting touched.
People truly don't appreciate just how freaking hard it is to be an NFL quarterback, which is something funny because we were literally just saying like 2 seconds ago, oh yeah, Josh Rosen was horrible. He was in the NFL for NFL standards. He was still better
UCLA
than
Texas A&M game was awesome.
Yeah, he's still better than 99.9999999%
He's an
of people ever be
incredible
his
athlete. He could
quarterbacks.
probably be a tennis star right now.
Yeah. So
he was the number 1 high school recruit, and he was he was like a top 100 high school tennis player.
Yeah.
And his parents were fucking loaded too.
Yeah. Moving on here.
Other than that big old schnoz, he lucked out.
Other than the big old schnoz, yeah. Moving on here. Panthers, Dolphins. Dolphins are going to cover next game here.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, you could do that.
This game is going to be a freaking
Look at that line,
joke.
10.5. Jeez.
What happened?
Vegas. Vegas
what
is giving people some money this week.
Yeah, what happened midweek to just like make it even worse? I mean, it should have opened at minus 13.5. The Panthers are horrible. Dolphins are really good. They score a lot of points. Panthers don't do good at preventing a lot of points. 70-21 again.
If the Seahawks beat them by 10, so can the Dolphins can beat them by 20.
Yeah. So there you go.
Losing Achane sucks, but they have Breida still. And
they got Breida, they got Mostert, they
got
some.
No, they have Mostert, not Breida. They have Mostert, not Breida.
All right.
Breida is in it's those like late 2010s Niner running backs, you know.
Yeah, of course they all came to work with McDaniel. Yeah, Daniel. Speaking of Mike McDaniel, what's your prediction of this game?
If Dan Campbell didn't exist, Mike McDaniel would be my favorite coach, bro. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love him too.
Such a chill dude. Yeah,
he's the one who got away from me.
Miami with the over, 100%.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Shoot, they might hit the over on their own. 47.5.
Yeah.
Oh, big matchup. This one's going to be awesome.
Detroit going to Tampa.
I'll give it to the man himself. This is yours.
Fair point. Just one point out. Man. The Bucks will be wearing their cream skull jerseys in this game.
I know. They're going to be wearing
they're winning.
They got this game flexed to the afternoon time.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Giants on prime time though?
Giants are in prime time.
We'll get to that game.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the NFL decided the Giants are pretty bad right now. More Giants for you guys. Just keep watching that train.
New York teams. Anytime a New York team's decent, they're gonna just shove it down.
And you know what's worse? We are to the part of the year where they are allowed to flex Sunday night football games, but they're like, no, let's just beat down the Giants even more.
Well, they're probably doing good numbers if they didn't flex it.
True.
Anyway,
everyone gets to laugh and stare at them.
But yeah, for this game, Detroit, Tampa Bay. I don't know, man. It's going to be competitive. I think Detroit wins it. I'm honestly coming into this game. I'm pretty confident. I think we might have a decent matchup with them. I think Jared Goff's been getting better in his road performances, and actually the flex kind of helps us because it's going to be later in the day down in Florida. So
it won't be as hot.
Well, you'll be wearing whites, which is nice.
So it's going to help us out a little bit. Baker's been good, man, but he is inconsistent. I think with these two teams right now, the Lions strike me as a team that's balanced. They're really good. You kind of expect them, you're going to expect them to win the division, and you're going to expect them to at least be competitive in every single game that they play this season. Tampa Bay's kind of the same way. They're pretty solid, but I think with the Bucks, I get the vibe that I'm kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop. I'm still not entirely sure how good Tampa Bay is. They still have some really good weapons. I heard that Mike Evans hasn't been practicing this week. I mean, so
That's big.
I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, obviously tomorrow's going to be the big day as far as injury report, but apparently he hasn't practiced this week, which is going to be huge for our secondary. To only have to worry about Godwin as far as elite wide receiver talent.
Kate Otten.
Kate Otten.
Legend.
But anyway, yeah, no, it's gonna be a good game, man. I think Lions win by. I mean, I'll take over 3.5. I think the Lions can win by maybe between 7 and 10 points. I think it'll be competitive for a little bit. I think Lions come out strong. I think Tampa Bay kind of eases into the game a little bit as the game goes on, but it's not going to be enough for them to catch up. And Detroit goes up to 5-1 and gets more of a chokehold on the division lead. So hopefully they prove me right on Sunday.
All right. For me, Dome team going down to Ray J. That's no easy task. You know, I gotta look at some old NFC West rock, paper, scissors. I don't know how well the Cards did against Goof back in the day. That's a fun defense. Baker's fun. Give me the Bucks with 3.5. I like it.
Dang it, man.
Oh, you're taking the Bucks too? Boo.
No, I'm not actually.
Yes.
This is my first difference. I want you to pick the Lions so I could pick the Bucks, but I agree with everything Daniel said. I also think the Lions are just the more talented football team. I would pick the Lions to win this game straight up. With the points, I was thinking very strongly taking the Bucks here, but I was on the fence with it. I might as well see if I can make these one of the games where I get back on the scoreboard.
I am +3 right now.
So I'm taking the Lions -3.5. I'm saying they win by like 4, though. I think it's going to be pretty much right there.
We got a rematch, a divisional rematch already.
This is great. Yeah. Colts and Jags
knocking both their games out
in week 6. Wow.
Jeez.
Anyways,
scheduling messed up there, honestly.
Yeah. Colts going down to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts get in 4 points here. AFC matchup here, so I'll be starting. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014. Anthony Richardson playing, or is he?
No shot.
No shot. So Minshew's back in there.
I don't know if he's on IR. I think he's on IR.
Let me see. Let me look this up. Anthony Richardson in the news. If Minshew's playing, little Minshew revenge game here.
Oh.
Yep. Oh yeah, they put him on IR. So yeah, Minshew's in there for the next several weeks. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Gardner Minshew until about week 10, sounds like. But anyway, sorry. Little Gardner Minshew revenge game here. Remember, this is Jacksonville quarterbacking the Colts, or quarterbacking against the Colts back in week 1 of 2020. So the Jags only win that year. So, anyways, now Colts are at the time considered a big upset, and it ended up being a big upset because the Colts did make the playoffs that year. But anyways, sorry, long-winded way of saying Gardner Minshew knows how to pull off an upset in Jacksonville, but he's not going to do it this time because the Jaguars are on a heater right now. The Colts are fun, but not there yet. Give me the Jag -4.
I agree. They are cursed there. Very cursed. This might be one of the biggest curses out there. Without AR, that is tough. And you are very right about the Jags on the heater. They're going to make up for that letdown game. Although they did win week 1. It was closer than expected. They're going to make up for that. They know how to play each other before. So give me the Jags -4.
There you go. Daniel?
Jags -4. I look for Trevor to have a good game. Colts will compete, but they haven't won in Jacksonville in many years now. And that streak will not end today or on Sunday.
There you go. So we're going down. Another AFC South team hosting a Southern team here. It's actually a little close proximity matchup. New Orleans and Houston, pretty close nearby teams. But New Orleans is going to Houston, Texans are getting 1.5 points. Sorry. New Orleans obviously coming off a big win over the Patriots. Meanwhile, the Texans coming off a little bit of a letdown loss to Atlanta. I don't care what the line says here. Texans are winning this game straight up, and I feel pretty comfortable about that because I still don't believe in the Saints. I think they played a really, really, really barely NFL caliber Patriots team a couple weeks back. Or I should say last week. That made them look a lot better than they actually are. Saints are not good. Texans, I don't know if they're good, but they're fun. They're spunky. They can play ball, and CJ Stroud can play ball. So yeah, give me the Texans here to win straight up. I'll take the extra 1.5 too on top of it. It's even better.
I said last week I will never pick the Saints again, and I'm sticking with that. You know, I have a soft spot for CJ and the Texans. I think that is lock of the week. Texans plus 1.5. I will not be interested in the Saints until I start hammer.
There you go. Daniel?
Yeah, I think Texans are going to win by 6 against the Saints.
Oh,
it'll be decently close because Saints still have a good defense, but nah, man. I think Texans. I think CJ Stroud will have a nice game-winning drive or something close to it, and Texans win at home.
I like it. Going to Vegas now. The Patriots hosting the Raiders.
Oh God, that's gonna be unwatchably bad.
Yeah, this game's gonna be terrible, dude.
Hey, but this is a rematch of the funniest result of last year.
It is.
It's true.
Jacoby Myers is on the other side now, though. So
and it's at home, so that means they're gonna play clips of it a lot.
It's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be like the very first shot when you know how like when the CBS cameras turn. This game's on CBS, right? It probably is. Yeah, it's on CBS. When the CBS cameras like open up, like it's like we're live here from Las Vegas, Nevada for the Patriots. First shot's gonna be Jacoby Myers, and it's gonna be like, oh, the site of where Jacoby Myers might have taken away the Patriots' playoff hopes last year. Here's a replay of he threw to Chandler Jones, who isn't on the team anymore.
Yeah, don't ask us about that one.
Don't ask us about that one. So yeah, Patriots going to the Raiders.
That's when I knew. That's when I knew Belichick was really cooked because Belichick teams don't do that kind of situational idiocy.
Yeah. I'll let Daniel start with this one because it is a Patriots team that he used to be a partial fan of.
Bro, I gotta kind of think through this game before I make my prediction because both these teams are a very different kind of bad. The Raiders have talent that they underutilize to the point that they look terrible. They look so much worse than they really should be. But you know, Josh McDaniels and Jimmy G. Yeah. So you know, and a pretty underwhelming defense to go on top of that. New England has pretty good coaching, pretty good defensive coaching, but God, Mac Jones is awful, man. He makes Jimmy G look like Justin Herbert, dude, this year. I'm not talking about previous years. That's not relevant to this discussion, but so far this season, Jimmy G's bad. Mac Jones is horrific. Bro, I don't know, man. Just kind of
thinking a Patriots team without Gonzo and Judon. Like I just don't know where the talent period is on this Patriots team right now.
Thinking through it, it's going to be a really low scoring game. They will try to give each other the game, but I think the Raiders just barely come out on top. It's going to be kind of like their game against the Packers. You know, they're going to be at home. They'll have somewhat of an advantage there. McDaniels will probably try to give away the game, but the Patriots won't be able to take it, and the Raiders will get a win, and that'll put them at 3-3. Yeah, so 2-3.
Wow,
right now. They're going to be 500 after this. That is one of the worst 3-3 teams I think that
Let's look at the Raiders schedule. Let's look at the Raiders schedule here. I just want to see some reprojections here, dude. They got the Bears after. They could be 4-3. We're gonna be looking at a 4-3 Raiders team here this time in a week and a half.
That's so insulting.
Like the Giants and Jets, like pretty close after that.
Tell me this team could be 6-4.
Gosh, man, they got a brutal stretch run after the Jets game. Though they don't really have another easy game except for that Vikings one and the Broncos. But
oh my word.
Gosh, man, this Raiders team. I said last week they were horrible and I would never pick them, but I'm going back on that because the Patriots just look even worse. Patriots again might be that it's them and the Giants might be the worst teams in football. At least the Panthers are sometimes competitive.
They have good pieces.
Where's the talent on the Patriots? Where's the talent on the Giants? Those feel like the two worst teams in football right now. They just feel like Broncos too, but again, they've got pieces too. There's fire sailing them right now. So give me the Raiders.
For me,
no, actually, give me the Raiders to win straight up, but I'll take the Patriots with the points.
Raiders minus 2.5 is easy money. I think that's a lock. Patriots are awful. Max Crosby's gonna have like 5 sacks. That O line's really, really bad.
Good.
Gosh, I'm gonna regret that.
Good.
You said it. Can't bring it back. I pounced on that as soon as you said it. That is, I did have to drive somewhere to go pick up game day signs, and I listened to a long radio segment about this game, so that really convinced me.
I should have picked the Raiders. I did pick the Raiders. I literally said Raiders, and then I was like, oh, but they are still really bad, so I'll pick the Patriots plus 2.5. But
this game's gonna be so ugly, and I'm kind of interested in watching it because it's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be so bad it's good at a certain point. But,
yeah.
Oh
gosh.
Cardinals
Oh wait, but go back to the
Rams.
betting nuggets for the last one. I thought it was very funny. Patriots are 0 for 8 in their last 8 as underdogs. Mac and Jones is 0 for 11 in his 11th starts as underdog. Raiders are 0 for 3 under short rest under McDaniels, though. But also, here's something that might comfort you a little bit, Beau. It is well known that Belichick assistants are horrendous against him.
Except for Matt Patricia.
And what's
Ring
his
the
name?
bell.
Shoot.
Good point about Patricia.
Eric something?
Eric
Mangini. Eric
Mangini, that's right. Yeah.
That was the what's his name game. Browns too.
Yeah, not sure. Yeah, I forgot it was with the Browns as well.
What was that white running back? Peyton
Hillis.
That was the Peyton Hillis game.
Former Madden cover athlete Peyton Hillis.
That was the first Madden game I ever had.
Madden 12 was a good Madden, honestly.
It was really that intro.
That intro was sick.
That was Mind Heist.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first Madden game I ever played on like a real console. Every other Madden game I'd played prior to that was on a Wii. That was my first one PlayStation.
That was I did do that too. That's why my first one was 12 on a real console. Madden 12. Ooh, great memories. Okay, this one's mine right here.
Cardinals to the Rams. Cardinals get 7 points.
I believe that the Cardinals always, or the Rams are, McVay is really good against the Cards. I think what you said, maybe they got figured out a little bit, especially without Connor is bad. I don't know if Connor's playing or not.
He's on IR. He's out.
He's on IR. Yeah, okay, then give me the Rams. 7's a lot for a divisional game, but I think Cards are going to revert back to mean a little bit. The fire in the belly can only do so much for you. Yeah,
Cards are turning back into a pumpkin, I think. They'll always have that win over the Cowboys, though. So give me Rams minus 7 as well. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, Rams minus 7. I think they win by 10 in this game. It'll be clinical win for them.
There you go. Eagles going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Zach Wilsons. Eagles only dropping 7 points here, despite how both these teams are playing. I know I quizzed Rob on this before the season on one of our earlier podcasts, so I actually want to quiz you on this, Daniel. When do you think's the last time the Jets beat the Eagles?
Jets have never beaten the Eagles ever.
Man, you knew it. Dang it.
I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. Yeah, that was an awesome stat.
It is a pretty awesome stat. And I was actually thinking about that just now too. And I was like, you think on paper there's maybe some upset potential here just from how both teams have looked, but nah.
It's not happening this year.
It's not meant to be. Sorry, Jets.
If Rodgers was playing, maybe, but not Zach Wilson. Sorry. Although even though he has
Rodgers and the season's over, and I don't know if Rodgers is ever going to be the same.
No. So I guess I got this one because it's a Jets home game.
We don't even have to talk about this one.
We're
all digging the Eagles. We don't even. We can scroll.
Yep.
We can probably scroll past this one too.
I don't know. 14.5 is a lot, man. But it should probably be even more because I'm taking the Bills. Like I would have taken the Bills minus 28 here, to be quite honest. The Giants are so bad, man. How do you go from being a playoff team to that bad, like overnight?
I don't know how they get that bad. It's
Yeah.
awful. Yeah,
Actually, you know what? There's a little bit of precedent with this with the Giants, though, because remember they were a playoff team back in 2016, and then the next year they
Ben
ended up having the
McAdoo.
second overall pick, Ben McAdoo. That's right.
Oh, you ever
So,
see like the Ben McAdoo hairstyle changes of which city he's in? That's
mhm,
always a fun one.
yeah.
You
So,
know what? What's Jim Tom Sula up to these days? Bring him in. He
uh,
can fix
what,
the Giants.
what is
There's no
Jim
way he's in
Tom
the league
Sula?
right now. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
no way. He is a
Um,
head coach for the Rain Fire of the European League of
okay,
Football.
okay. Look up okay, go to images, and there is my favorite NFL photo. Look up put Jobs next to Tom Sula. I think I've told you about this before. Yep, right there.
Oh, I have seen this.
It's
Medical
my
equipment
favorite
sales
image.
rep, newspaper delivery man, night janitor, firewood cutter, or is it a department store, food sales rep,
What's the point
doormat
of showing all
salesman?
those jobs?
I don't know, man. Maybe he
Jim
is
Tom
a
Sula is one of the most random hires of a football coach ever.
yeah. He
I
was their
miss those
defensive line
eras.
coach. He was the D line coach under Harbaugh, and they just promoted him after they
It
fired
was
him.
the line should have promoted the linebackers coach or Vic Fangio.
They should. I don't know why they didn't just promote Fangio. It seemed to make so much sense. Trying to see. I
Catawba
need some
College. What
I
the
need some
fuck?
context on when he was a Cowboys
He's a
defense
World
line
Bowl
coach.
champion. World Bowl 12. What's World Bowl?
Do not know what the World Bowl. Hey, this is his second stint as the Rain Fire head coach. He was also their head coach in 2006. He came back.
That's really like rain.
Yeah, man.
That's a funny name though. The Rhine Fire, you know? Sounds
Yeah.
like rain. That's good. Oh no, tell me whoa. We got to check out what the World Bowl is. Come on.
Oh, the World Bowl? Where are you seeing that? I'm missing it.
Bottom right, career highlights and awards. World Bowl. Oh, that is impossible to say.
World League of American Football or
Oh,
NFL
NFL
Europe.
Europe. NFL Europe.
Yeah. So yeah.
World Bowl. Ugh. Ugh. That is impossible to say.
Also NFL Europe. That's kind
The
of
World
that's
Bowl
an
trophy
oxymoron
was a
because
globe made of glass, measuring 14 inches in diameter and weighing 41 pounds. That's
wait,
a
what is that?
ridiculous trophy.
The World Bowl 92 was played between the
Sacramento
Sacramento
versus
Surge and
what?
Orlando. What?
At in Montreal, Canada. What?
World League with the North American teams removed. Okay, so there used to be
Okay.
this.
Did North American teams go and travel
I guess they did. Yeah, look at that. The Sacramento Surge.
what
Wait,
year? Okay,
one.
what's World Bowl 12? So that might have been 06. That might have been Jimmy's.
06.
Did Ryan ever win one?
Yeah,
98
looks
and
like they
2000.
played in 5 and they won 2.
Frankfurt Galaxy, though, that looks like the dynasty right there. Played in
Yeah.
1, 4, played 8.
Hey, shout out to the Sacramento Surge though. I mean, look at this. That's
Yeah,
that's,
one
that's
for one.
repping the city. That's repping the city right there.
See, London Monarchs. That's probably going to be what what the Monarchs is better than Royals. That's probably a good one. They'll probably be Monarchs. Maybe Queens. Queens would be fun because no, there'd probably be a lot of they'd probably get made fun of a lot, but it's different than Kings. And there's a million Kings. Queens would be a fun one, but there's probably some a lot of slurs going around that one.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't go well.
All right, we can skip
I like
it.
how
We all know what we're
I
happening.
like how we spent more time talking Giants Bills. We talked more time about NFL Europe than we actually talked about the game.
And we talked more about Jim Tonsula in this game.
So yeah, I'm taking the Bills minus 14.5. We all in agreement there.
Yeah.
All right. Cowboys.
This is gonna be fun.
Two teams
Monday
on
night.
fraud watch.
Wait.
Yep.
Bills Giants is Monday. Oh my god.
That's Sunday night. Yeah, that's Sunday night football.
Oh man. Yeah, two teams on fraud watch. This could be fun.
Yeah. Who's the bigger fraud? So the Cowboys lose this game, they drop to 3-3. If the Chargers lose, they drop to 2-3. Not that there's anything wrong with being 2-3. I just want to stress that.
This is gonna be a home game for the.
For the Cowboys, yes. Oh,
Oh
easily,
yeah.
easily. Are you kidding me? There might not be a speck of powder blue in this crowd. It's gonna be all navy and white probably. But anyway, so is a Chargers home game here. So I guess I'm going first. I am gonna pick the Cowboys -2. I don't feel great about it. All right, we're getting a disagreement. I see. I don't feel great about it. However, I still think the Chargers are total frauds. I also think I'm skeptical of the
-2.
Cowboys, but they just do a lot of dumb stuff. Chargers, I mean. I'm counting on Brandon Staley to make like 3 or 4 just totally head scratching decisions in this game. And the Chargers defense still isn't very good. Like they might be the only offense or defense this Cowboys offense looks good against. So yeah, give me a Cowboys -2. I don't feel great about it, but yeah, that's the direction I'm going there.
I love the Chargers with points. I trust in Sherbert.
Trust in Brandon Staley.
I actually have always liked Brandon Staley, personally. He gets too much heat. I've probably said the exact opposite in a past episode. He does deserve the heat. I don't know. I think Cowboys are on major fraud watch right now. Hey, so that offense didn't look very good against San Francisco, but I don't think many offenses are. Man, CD's posting pictures of him with Hollywood Brown and stuff. It's like, you want to go to the Cardinals, CD? I don't know about that.
Quite the team to force yourself to.
I like the Chargers with 2 points. I've always had a little bit of soft spot for the Chargers, and I hate that Sherbert's good.
There you go.
Hate
Daniel?
week. It is hate week.
It is hate week.
Let's see. I'm looking forward to this game. I think this is a good
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Dallas and LA. That'll be good. I think it's gonna be close. I think Dallas comes out I think like Beau was saying, Brandon Staley's he's gonna coach away the game. It's gonna be like every Chargers game. Justin Herbert's gonna have ridiculous stats. He's gonna look phenomenal, but Brandon Staley and the defense will blow it somehow. Dallas might have a few mistakes in there, but I feel like they're a little more grounded. Like I feel like, yeah, they're a little more grounded. I gotta take Dallas, man. They'll go up to 4-2, and Cowboys fans will be all optimistic again.
Every time they think I'm out, they pull me back in. No,
Bro, I joke about the Vikings having the same seasons every year, bro. The Cowboys, every season, double-digit win total, never win more than one playoff game. Like you can predict the Cowboys and how they'll do every single year. It's pretty uncanny.
Yep. No, we'll never make it past the divisional round.
No, especially against the Niners.
Oh, 100%.
There you go. So,
all right, no, we got the main event.
I know. We're coming back up. Don't worry.
I'll let y'all carry that other game we got.
You go first. Oh, okay. Who wants to? Beau, you go.
I'm letting Daniel go first. Let's let Daniel go first.
I hate that name that you gave me. I haven't been paying attention to the name.
You've been having it for the whole
49
video, man.
Oh, god damn it.
Welcome to the club, my guy.
Here we go. You know what? Just to make it fair. You know what? We'll do this to make it fair.
Let's be Chiefs.
I was thinking of Chiefs, yeah, but no, we'll keep it.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, at least my team's no, the Packers are worse than the Steelers this year. But anyways, Seattle going to Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Damn it! I didn't bring a prop. Dang it! It's upstairs.
Bengals dropping 2.5 points here. Seahawks coming to East Coast. However, interesting to note, unlike most West Coast teams, they've actually done quite well on the East Coast in recent years.
They have. Yeah. They solved that.
So There you go. I say we let Daniel start with this one because he's the only
Oh,
unbiased
okay.
source
The
here.
non-bias. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll make my prediction quickly here, and then y'all can just go
Give
off
us the floor.
about your teams. You know what, Rob? I have to say I have to root for Cincy in this game because
Ouch.
Seattle's direct competition with the Lions right now. As far
Okay,
as,
that's fair. That's fair.
like
I
standing,
understand that.
playoffs, like all of that. Like they're gonna be pretty neck and neck. I have to root for the Bengals here. But here's where you're gonna like me. I'm taking
Okay.
Seattle to win this game because they always
Yeah.
because they shithouse games like this, dude. Like, here's the thing. The Bengals will probably put up like Joe Burrow will probably go off in spurts. Like Jamar Chase will probably look okay. But then out of nowhere, Devin Witherspoon will get a pick. Geno Smith will go like 1 for 1 for like 50 yards. DK Metcalf touchdown. They'll shithouse this game, man. It's going to be like somewhere in the 20. It's going to be like a 27-23 kind of game. But I just know like Cincinnati's going to look like the better team, but Seattle's going to shithouse their way. Because Cincinnati's going to turn the ball over just enough, and Geno Smith's going to be efficient enough, and they're going to make me just want to hate myself because Seattle keeps doing this every time, and y'all can't keep getting away with this. Y'all just got to.
That's fair.
Y'all just got to play the Rams for all 18 weeks.
Yeah, we gotta play
Oh,
Sean McVay every week.
I will say one thing about that. The one thing the Bengals offense did pretty well through the first 4 weeks of the season was they weren't really turning the ball over. That was the only thing you could say.
It's
Lots of
gonna
3 and
happen.
outs,
It's
so it
gonna
didn't
happen
matter.
this game, man. I have a feeling it's gonna happen this game. Devin Witherspoon's gonna come alive.
He already came alive. He came alive against the Giants, man.
Rob, do you know
Yeah.
if Tariq Woolen on IR or anything? Like,
Nope,
No,
he's playing.
He's
He's
playing.
fine.
All right. Tariq Woolen maybe gets a fumble recovery. Hell,
Tariq
Bobby
Woolen had like
Wagner,
he had like 3 fumble recoveries last year. It was weird.
yeah, man, dude.
Mm.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
I'm gonna say Seattle by like between six. Like I said, Bengals will look like the better team, like stats wise, but Seattle will shithouse it because it's the fucking Seahawks and they do this every single game. And it's so annoying, man.
It
Anyway,
is, yeah. From an
all
outside
you guys.
perspective, I can totally see that. All right. Since
We're
you are the home guy,
we're talking
after
two
you.
teams that will never play a normal game. I just want to make it clear, as someone who watches a lot of Seahawks game and a lot of Bengals games, neither of these teams will ever play a normal game. Ever. It'll always be weird. So weird things are going to happen in this game. You remember the last Seahawks Bengals game?
Oh, yeah. I was going to bring that up.
Last Seahawks. And even the one before that, when the Seahawks were up 24-7 in the fourth quarter, the Bengals came back and won in overtime.
Game. That was a brutal game. Oh, my gosh. Don't bring that one up. That one haunts me. That was one of the worst.
The last 2 Bengals Seahawks games have been chaos incarnate, and I think this one will be too. The Bengals will win on a walk-off at McPherson field goal from like 56. I'm calling it now. Jamar Chase will have a big game because of the shit talk. T. Higgins will continue. You put Tariq Woolen on T. Higgins, he's not going to get a reception. You gotta put
Tariq on Jamar. You got
the speed. Well, yeah, but then you got Higgins
and the size.
True, but
there's size on both of them.
That's true. But
they're both big boys.
It's going to be a weird game, but yeah, give me the Bengals minus 2.5, but I'm thinking like a walk-off field goal.
Okay. So I was going to bring that up too. As the last game we played, that was fucking weird. So we have had a taste of the Lou Anarumo defense. We've gotten a taste of it.
That was a Lou Anarumo defense. That was beta. That was beta.
It was beta.
That was beta Lou.
We have figured out the old East Coast trip. We've gotten pretty good at that.
True.
Banged up O-line on both sides.
That Bengals O-line's not banged up. They're fully healthy right now.
Oh, okay. I thought they were banged up. Must have been wrong about that one then. Banged up line on the Seahawks side, but I don't care. Give me a 2.5 points. They're covering.
Are they winning?
Fuck it. Yeah, we ball.
All right, there you go. I mean, if you're gonna pick them to cover, you might as well pick them to win, right? It's the same thing at the end.
I am taking the points though, so I don't lose if they don't cover or if they don't win.
Yeah.
Just to make it fun. Of course, I got to pick my boys when it's against your boys.
You got it.
All right. And we gotta probably make it interesting too. What's a fun wager? Not like money, nothing like that. Just goofy stuff. What's a good wager?
You gotta have like something. You gotta wear something ridiculous on the pod next week on the
Oh, that's
NFL
fun.
pod when
That's fun.
Daniel's here. Let's see. You don't have any Bengals gear. I've got plenty of Seahawks gear here because like
Well, okay, then
Bengals
we'll be
Seahawks
fine
fans.
then.
Yeah, I would wear a Seahawks thing on the pod.
I'll find something orange. I'll find something orange and
There you
find
go.
something
Yeah, that's
Bengals.
fair. That's fair.
I might
That's
be
fair.
able to stop by Goodwill or the pro or like a shop. I'll find
Mhm.
something. I'll
There
find
you
something
go. All
Bengals
right.
related.
Yeah.
I got some
Cool.
Tigers gear from the family.
There
That
you go.
might
If
be
it's got
good
stripes
enough.
on it, if it got
Yeah,
stripes on it, it
orange,
works.
orange.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, there we go. That's fun. I like that. That's a fun bet right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
There you
excited
go.
to see this game because the Seahawks have had a soft schedule. They've had a real
Mm-hmm.
soft schedule. So I want to see them against the big boys. I wonder if McVay's talked to
Oh, they're
his
definitely
old boy
talking.
Zach Taylor. He
Taylor and
picked us
McVay.
apart.
Taylor and McVay are still buddies. So
Yeah, he picked us apart.
so
So that's what I'm worried about, because oh my gosh, Puka and Poo Poo Atwell did that to our secondary. Now we were lacking Spoon and Adams. Jamal's good to go.
mhm.
He didn't get suspended, thank God, for being an idiot. And he used the genius excuse though. It was pretty genius. That's the one thing I'll compliment Jamal for. He's like, because I was concussed, I was out of my mind and not reacting in the proper way. It's like, perfect. Yep, you got him. That's the perfect defense, the perfect crime.
Yep.
So Jamal's in. Charles Cross, I don't know. Can you check? Let's look at that. Let's see if I think he's been practicing.
Nichar's cost. I think he was a full participant this week.
If he's good to go, that's huge. That's huge. Because Forsyth's worse than Gurhan, that's for sure.
So let's look at both injury reports here. So Wouzier Higgins is limited, but he said he's going to play. Wouzier is limited. DNP for the Seahawks.
Drew Lock.
Lewis, Metcalf.
Oh, there we go. We're looking good.
Yeah, Crest back, and then for the Bengals, DNP. What's
Who?
going on with Miles Murphy? Yeah, basically no one. Everyone's fine, pretty much. Other than Cheeto, still might be working his way back, but Higgins said he's going to play. So, yeah, Bengals really healthy right now. Actually, I don't think they have a single player on IR at the moment. Actually, which is kind of crazy.
Seahawks got some good luck with the bye coming when it did. Yeah. I think if it weren't for the bye, though, Abe Lucas would have been back.
Do the Bengals have a single player in IR right now? Oh yeah, Charlie Jones. Yeah,
oh no, I didn't see that. Our guy.
Yeah. He's been on IR since he said he's going to be back totally fine by the time first game he's eligible to be back, which I think is the Bills game, which would be a good game to have him back for. But I guess he like jacked up his thumb on a tackle during the Rams game, or when he was getting tackled, which, when you're a receiver, your thumbs are kind of important. So,
oh yeah,
but he'll be back.
Gonna be interesting. Like maybe we'll have to Zoom call during the game.
FaceTime or something. Yeah.
I may be very hopefully hungover from a big party after a win. 10 a.m. game's rough, man.
10 a.m. I'm used to 10 a.m. games, man.
Huskies roll Husky rolls. Huskies roll.
There you go.
Huskies roll on Sunday.
We can agree Saturday. On Saturday, we'll be
Huskies
on the same team. That's what
Huskies
matters. On Saturday, we're on the same team.
I'm gonna get to see some Beau Rage this week, though.
I'll be pissed, man. Even if we win, I'll be. What's that meme? There's a meme going around Twitter right now where it's like, "Oh, I can't wait to watch my favorite team win." And then it's like the actual game, I'm going to kill myself. And then after it's like, yeah, good win.
Yep. That's a great one.
Literally every Bengals game ever for me.
Have you seen the other meme that's going around? It's like, this ride will not stop unless for an emergency. And then it's like parentheses, crying is not an emergency. It's like a kid's carnival ride,
Yep.
That's what it's like watching a Seahawks or Bengals game.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, there you go. That's NFL week 6. That's NFL week 6. We end up going a little bit longer on those picks than we did last week, and a little bit more condensed on the review. But that's it. We'll be back next week. Daniel, will you be joining us next week again? Are we gonna have a consistent third host? Are you gonna be the Aaron Rodgers to our Pat McAfee?
You got to pay him $1 million for it.
I'll take it, man.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
so what, you guys are like Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk. And just Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers coming in.
Yeah, I'm probably more of an AJ.
yeah, I gotta stop wearing sleeves, I think.
Well, I was gonna go to Pat McAfee tomorrow, but judging from his X account, he doesn't look like he's in Seattle right now.
Maybe he's flying in tomorrow.
Well, there's been no talk. I've been looking for like instructions and stuff because instructions for game day are very clear. Pit opens at 3. Here's the regulations. Blah 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 blah. So like, I'm not sleeping tomorrow night. That's gonna be a rough one.
Mhm.
We're getting to the pit we're gonna line up at 2:30.
You guys send me pictures like all through the night.
You're gonna be sleeping, dog.
No, I don't care. Yeah, send me pictures. I'll see him in the morning and I'll think it's awesome.
It's gonna be a long night, man. I'm not looking forward to that. That's gonna suck because you're just gonna be standing there and you can't leave the pit either.
It's gonna be super cold. It's right around the time of year where Seattle gets cold too.
It's like 50s, so it's not even too bad.
Our low today was 67.
It's
We're starting to
not
get to
gonna
the time
be
of
too
year.
bad.
We're starting to get to the time of year where I'd rather be in Arizona than Seattle.
Oh, it absolutely is that time. Maybe give it another week or two because it was beautiful today. Today was just
Fair.
just perfect day, and it looks like we're gonna be dry for game day. Thank
That's
God. I was very nervous because like the one time that everyone's gonna be watching UW. It's like when like you're probably like planning your visits, your official visits, hoping for a beautiful day, and then it never happens, right? It's always cloudy and rainy, and you're like, oh, the weather's not always like this, right?
Mhm.
I was really thinking it was going to be like that, but right now, forecast is looking good.
Yep. Well, there you go. Well, we'll be looking for on next Tuesday's pod. We'll be looking forward to a review of how the live game day experience
I'm
was.
going fucking insane right now. Oh my gosh, it's too far.
Nope.
We're getting to 24 hours. Oh, we're almost at 24 hours until we're at 36 right now. And the game will
pretty
start
much
in
36.
36 hours.
We're exactly
Oh, I'm
36
not
hours
ready
out.
for it. I'm not ready for it, man.
So I mean, I know I texted you this earlier, but I just want to say the last time I was this like as amped for a football game as Rob is now was the Bengals Bills Monday night game. That did not end very well for a certain safety who wears number 3, but it's okay. He's alive and well, so that's good. But anyways, that's it for the West Coast Draft Podcast. Daniel, once again, thank you for joining us. We'll hope to have you back next Thursday as well.
I'll
Robert,
share one more
Sorry, go
thing
ahead.
though. For me, I
Yes.
was telling you this. The last time I felt this excited about football was the Super Bowl 48. It's the last time I felt this excited about it.
So not Super Bowl 49.
That whole year was kind of a slog. If people don't
Yeah.
remember, Percy Harvin drama. That was a tough year, and I just blanked it out of my mind.
That's fair.
Once you hit that hilltop, man, when you hit that hilltop, there's nothing like it. You two wouldn't know.
No, we wouldn't.
that
Fucking
was
wild.
uncalled for. I'm sorry.
The
That
ref,
was
the
uncalled
ref,
for.
the ref in that Super Bowl is also the same ref from the AFC Championship last year. I just want to say that.
Hates
I
the
hope
Bengals.
I hope he never referees a Bengals game again. Jerome Boger, your public enemy number 1. I shouldn't say Jerome Boger. I want to make sure I'm putting the blame on the correct guy. I don't want to be.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Slandering or. Oh no, it's not Jerome Boger. It's Ron Torbert. It's this guy.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, Ron Torbert. Yeah, it's this motherfucker. Not a fan. Yeah, look at that. His pictures, him talking to Zach Taylor. Because of course it is. Hate this guy.
All right. If one of us hates refs that screwed us out of Super Bowls, all of us hate refs that screwed us out of Super Bowls. One of us cook like, all of us cook like. One of us subscribe, all of us subscribe. Have fun watching football this weekend.